And hello, everybody, hello, and welcome to We Synced It.
I synced it.
Yes, it is a weekly podcast that focuses in on all the movies, TV, and the entertainment in between. I am one of your hosts, Pat.
And this is Kev.
And how is... Oh, shit,
sorry.
my bad. You do your thing. Go ahead. Jump into it.
And we're actually joined by a special guest. We have Eric Serrano, owner and CEO of Decora Lights.
I like that.
Are you guys a corporation? Or are you?
I know we are a legit corporation.
All right.
CEO. I got a promotion. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
And we're actually officially sponsored now by Extreme Action Park.
Ooh.
So we'd like to thank Extreme Action Park for the nice location.
Yeah.
Cool.
All fun, no hassle.
Yeah.
All under one roof. Let's go ahead and get started. So, Eric, tell us a little bit about your company, Decora Lights.
Well, before we get into Decora Lights, I got to talk to you guys about something.
Okay.
Right? So we met about a month ago here at Action Park, and during the Super Fan Con, right? So I found out about you guys. Actually, supplied you guys with an amazing Decora light. Mm-hmm. So started following you, started listening to the podcast. So I heard your podcast about Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay.
And Kev, you made a great point about relating it to Jurassic Park. I was excited when I heard that. Then your partner over here says, the old one? Bro, I paused it, took the index finger, rewinded it, played it again. The old one? Paused it again. I'm like, man. So I started thinking, I'm like, well, you know what? That came out when I was in college. So we're talking about between my sophomore and junior years of college. So, yeah, man, it's the old one.
Yeah.
Your partner saved it being PC saying the original. So I thank you on behalf of the 40-plus people that saw that in their teens. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You made me feel a lot better.
What did you think of Godzilla vs. Kong?
You know what? I was impressed. I really was. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't see Kong Skull Island. I didn't see any of the previous ones because I didn't feel the vibe when I saw the trailers for it. But I got to tell you, you know what? I was impressed. It really, for me, I got nostalgic because growing up as a kid, I saw the black and white Godzillas, the black and white King Kong. So to see that like in full color and to see these two guys go at it, I thought was cool. It's kind of campy at the end, where now they're buddies and stuff like that. But entertainment value-wise, it was a pretty good movie. I'll give it that much. But yeah, but I appreciate you, man, making me feel a lot better about myself. You broke my heart, bro.
Well, I should have said the good one. Maybe that's what I should have said.
That would have been fun. So yeah, we met Eric not too long ago at Superfan Con. I was walking around the convention area and I saw a table that had these awesome LED lamps. And then I met Eric, and Eric was like super warm, super welcoming.
Yeah.
Just wanted to like shoot the shit about pop culture and stuff. And then I found out that they actually made custom designs and sent him the logo, and within 24 hours it was made.
It was already
Jesus. What's the word, like under promise over deliver?
Yes, sir.
Because he was like, oh yeah, I should have it ready in 48 hours, and like the next morning, day 2 of the convention, he was like, oh, I got your light. I'm like, oh, nice, and it was ready. It was on the table.
Well, I'm going to set the story straight. All right, first off, my wife did that. So, honey, I want to make sure that it's clear. And yeah, listen, I've been in sales for 20 years, so I definitely I undersell it so I can surprise people. That's been my little trick of the trade. But listen, it's a great logo. It looks great on the light. We appreciate the support, and I'm happy to be here today, guys, talking to you guys about Decora Lights and also pop culture and things that I love. So let's get into it. I'm psyched.
Well, let's start with Decora Lights. How did all this start?
All right. Well, Decora Lights started September of 2020. My wife and I both in the event business. I'm on the catering side. She actually does event printing, invitations and everything for events. Her bread and butter is the bar and bat mitzvah crowd. With COVID hitting, there were no events. So, and then my father-in-law, who was retired, was doing Uber. So now there was no Uber. So he's home. He's bored. He wants something to do. So he comes to my house, brings me a base with these little lights, and goes, what do you think about this? I'm like, let me see. My head wasn't really into it, other things going on. Puts in an insert of a bear. It's cute. Puts in an insert of a moon with stars. It's adorable. Then he puts an insert of the Avengers. I'm like, okay, now we got something, my man. And we started a website, did e-commerce things from different platforms, and started taking off. Then people started requesting, well, I would like this, I would like that. Can I have a person? Can you put a name on it? And as we started doing it, more people started talking about us and more sales started coming in. So I started looking at it as, well, what can I do in the corporate side of this? Being in sales for 20 years, you're trying to reinvent the wheel and think of something new. So I reached out to companies and podcasts like you guys to say, hey, wouldn't you want to see your logo in lights? And my new tagline that I came up with the other day is, Decora Lights. We're here to light up what you love. So if you love your logo, we're going to light it up. There's a particular saying you want to say, we'll light it up. And that's where we kind of came up with it. So it was one of these things where it's funny to tell a story of, we started a business in the middle of a pandemic, and here I am today talking about it on a podcast. So I'm lucky and I'm blessed at the same time. So it's just been a lot of fun.
Awesome. And what do you see you guys doing? You're let's say 5 years from now. Where do you see the company at?
That's a good question. I mean, right now, I will say, and at SuperFanCon was the first time we actually had the product in front of people. So everyone was just buying it online. No one had a chance to really feel it and touch it and play with it. So that's when I knew we had something that was great. For us, I want to get this, you know what? People have great imaginations. And I want them to challenge us and say, you know what? I want to see this in a light. Or I'm an artist, and I want to see my artwork lit up. Whether it's animation, whatever it may be. We want to be able to be challenged. So in another 5 years, honestly, I want to see this in the hands of my sons. Because I will tell you, they were the ones that gave us a lot of input, especially with anime and the different characters and different logos. So, we're kind of building this up for them. They're the future of the Decora Lights. So, no pressure on them. They better not screw this up on us because we put a lot of time and effort into it. But in 5 years, because my oldest will be 17 this month and my youngest is 13, I think this would be a good start for them to really take it and either run with it or find something that they want to do and have the Decora Lights kind of be the money backer for that and kind of build up their dream as well. So that's what we're looking at for this business, to help my boys in their future.
And as you're talking, I can't help but continue to stare at your hat that says Booyah. And I notice every time you sign, your signature has Booyah in it. I think your Instagram has Booyah in the title.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, it says Booyah E. Actually started about 10 years ago. My wife being in the event business, one of the things that we were doing custom design T-shirts for the events. And we called it Booyah Graphics. So I was on social media and I was posting pictures and I'm like, add the Booyah effect to your event, to your kid's birthday party. And I would sign off Booyah, Booyah, Booyah. So one of my buddies is like, dude, you know what? Going forward, I'm calling you Booyah. I said, well, you know what? Listen, and I don't want to step on any toes. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott. I don't want his people coming after me, but his is with an H, mine is with an A. So we're clear. And the Booyah E just kind of took off, so I kind of became like my little nickname. And you know what? For me, the Booyah effect is being able to just have fun, man. Life is short, and we got to make the best of it. So the Booyah effect is about lighting up what you love. There you go.
Awesome. And one of the main topics for today's podcast, we're going to be talking about what we think so far of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that's on Disney+. You brought in some lights, I think.
Yes, I did. Well, in honor of a great show and in honor of the man that led them to that show, we got Captain America.
Oh, very nice.
Nice and lit up.
This is the real Captain America.
This is the real Captain America.
This isn't the Walker.
John Walker.
This isn't John Walker. This isn't, the faux Captain America. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Captain America. So I felt it would be nice to pay a little homage to the man and bring a little light here for him. So
very cool. Very nice. And all right, so are you guys all caught up on the show?
Yeah, I'm all caught up on the show.
I think there's, one more episode left?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the season?
Yeah, and I know they said that one of the episodes is supposed to be longer than the others. All the other episodes have been like 45, 50 minutes, so I'm thinking that this is probably going to be like an hour 30, maybe. Hopefully, because they got a lot to wrap up.
Yeah, they do.
So, Pat, what do you think so far? What do you think is going to happen in the last episode?
I think it's going to be a big fight episode, because what's the name of that? The Red Hand? Not the Red Hand. What's the name of the refugees are? They just took over this whole embassy full of like worldwide leaders.
Yes.
So they just took over that whole embassy, and you see that Sam now, don't know what he got in that case from Wakanda. Don't know, but I mean, you know what he got. And I mean, he's been practicing with the Shield. Not really sure how long that montage took. I mean, he could have been practicing for weeks, months, I don't know. But I mean, he's been practicing with the Shield, and apparently, like, I thought that nobody can really throw that Shield, but the Shield is light. Like, it's supposed to be like lighter than air, kind of. It's light like air. But since the vibranium, like, it can bounce off of different things, kind of stuff. So, and getting hit with it hurts, kind of stuff. So anybody can do it. Mm-hmm. You just have to know how to catch. If you can't catch, you're screwed, kind of thing. So I think that it's gonna be a big battle, and for some reason, I really believe that John Walker's gonna be involved some way in this battle, because at the end, I'm not really sure if you saw like the end credits, but he was making his own shield.
Yes, which was the first time they actually had an end credit scene.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it?
Oh, we spoiled it for him.
My fault, man. I thought you saw it. Yeah, it was like one of those, like, it was still rolling. It was still going. So I was watching. I'm like, oh, what's this? And he was making his own shield, which is like, oh, come on, man. Like, let it go, dude.
Yeah, get over it.
Let it go,
You're done, bro. You're done.
You know what's funny? I was telling a buddy of mine, I'm like, yo, what was the thing that, like, ticked him over the edge that made him take the serum, right? I'm like, was it the fact that he got beat up by those women? And I was like, you know what? I think it was his friend who also got his ass whooped. But I said, knowing me as a friend, I'd have been like, man, she really whooped your ass, bro. I said, you should have saw yourself, man. You look like a fool. Yeah. I said, I know I was getting my ass whooped, but, I was helping you. So it was just funny. You had it coming, and he must have just been, like, so eaten up by that he just took the serum kind of thing. And I don't know, man. That whole little scene, this whole thing makes me second guess myself, because I'm always thinking like, oh, you know what? I would take the serum, and I understand why John Walker killed that guy, and that's why I'm like, I should never be Captain America. I'm like, I would never take the serum. I would never do any of that stuff, because I am John Walker. Not the racist part, but the whole, like, anger. Like, I feel that shit.
Now, notice his friend, Walker's friend, did tell him in one of the previous episodes, like, oh, but the serum is basically just making, like, it's adding more of you into you. Like, whatever you are, it's just multiplying it times 10. So it's like, John Walker wasn't.
He was a bad
soldier.
person, bro.
Yeah, he was. He's got that rage.
Yeah, he was a bad soldier. And on top of that, you knew that whatever he was going to do, like when he was going to take the soldier, you already knew that he was going to be a bad person, just because based off what his friend said. That he said, "Yo, what am I?" And he said, "Oh, you got a purple heart. You got all." I'm like, nah, man, that's not who you are, dude. Who you are is like that angry person that wants to, like, just be in control of everything. That's the person that you are. He even said that he did some questionable things when they were overseas doing things, like when they had to get the mission done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man, that right there, that's not what Captain America is all about. Like, this dude is, like, he's so selfless that, he's so selfless that he took the serum and it just enhanced who he was. They had to take out the whole thing about, like, the serum not only enhanced who you are, but it also enhanced your looks. They took that out because when Red Skull took it, it turned him into the Red Skull because, he's evil and vindictive and all that other stuff. When Captain America took it, it turned him into this big, like, strong person. Everything that you have in yourself, it shows out. And then the guy who transformed the new serum, he said, I got rid of all that. Yeah. Now it just enhances whatever you are, kind of thing, which is like, okay, I get it. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this last episode, man. I'm highly invested right now.
And what about you, Eric? What do you think so far, and what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I like it because, number one, it's for the first time ever, like, Spider-Man Far From Home talked about the blip. But it was more about in relations to Spider-Man dealing with not having Tony Stark around. Yeah. This show is really showing how the blip affected the world, the planet. which I love. I think it's one of those things where, Marvel didn't just put it under the rug. Oh, yeah, everybody came back. Ooh, we're happy. That's it. It's back to the way it was. No, things happen, and you're seeing how it's affecting so many people, not just, in government, but in households and with Sam and with Bucky as well. You see how it's affecting. So I like that part. I like the show, too, because it's kind of gives me a feel of like a buddy cop type deal. And I kind of relate it to Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
What I like about it is that both characters have a little bit of the Danny Glover character and also the Mel Gibson character, especially Bucky with the PTSD. And then piggybacking on your point, Captain America, Steve Rogers, was a guy from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. And he was a humble guy. And that was what the serum brought out of him. Where you're right with John Walker, he was a military guy. You don't know what kind of PTSD he was going through. So when he took that serum, all of a sudden the rage came out. I think it's going to be an epic fight scene between Bucky and Sam and this guy. I think it's going to be awesome. And I just got this feeling that someone's going to come in and just completely put a wrench into this thing to really spin it off either into one of the movies or into what's going to happen for the upcoming season, if there's going to be a season 2. So I'm definitely invested in it like you are. I think it's going to be a good ending.
So do you think that for sure the PTSD is what made Walker, Steve Rogers didn't experience that because he took the serum before going into war? Mm-hmm. Do you think Walker would have had the same effect if he took the serum before going into war?
So you think of Captain America would have taken the serum after war? Well, but his whole life was trauma.
Oh, you're right.
Because remember, he got picked on, he got beat up because he was the smallest kid. He was the smallest dude, and he lost his whole family from either they got they went to war, they died, or they got what's that disease? What's that sickness? He said it in the movie. He said she couldn't kick it. Like his mom got sick like that, and dude, to show that he was still willing to fight. And still wanted to go to war, even though it's bro, there's a high chance that you're going to die just getting in there kind of thing. Because he lost his whole family and, he had all these different, sicknesses and asthma, everything that you could think down the list, just go down it. He had it all. And he still wanted to do it. So, I don't know. I think just his person, his person is he's one out of a billion people, bro. There's no possible way that you can find a better candidate for the serum than him. I know some people are saying the leader of the rebellion, she has a Captain America element to it. Nah, but she's at least 85% because she's still willing to kill. Yeah. Dog, she punched that dude right in the chest, and you heard it crack.
Yes.
So it was oh yeah, he's dead. And then he hit the wall. She did that. I know she thought about it for a little bit, but it's still she still has that killer instinct, that not so stable. The world has wronged me, so I'm gonna wrong the world kind of thing. That's what she had.
So my favorite thing about this show is the fact that Marvel and Disney, I got to give it up to Disney for having the balls in covering the racial undertones in the episode. It's happened numerous times where when they were making Fantastic Four and they said Michael B. Jordan was going to play Human Torch, and everybody went crazy because no, Human Torch can't be black. No, look at the comic book, and it's almost like all these comic book companies were afraid to confront that or bring it up or talk about it.
Which is funny because in comic books, the history of comic books, they always talk about those kind of things, touchy issues. They're always constantly bringing up. The whole thing about the mutants in X-Men is that they are a small minority. They're a small minority group in the world full of just regular people. These people are being prosecuted, attacked for just being born kind of thing.
But there's a lot of ignorant people that don't get that.
Yeah.
They don't see that. And I'm actually glad that Disney kind of covered that. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about why it is wrong to think that, Captain America has to be white. All these superheroes have to be white. When the Falcon, when Sam met, what was the gentleman's name? Who also had the super serum and ended up going to prison.
His name was Isaiah?
Yeah. Isaiah. I loved that entire interaction.
That was great.
I almost started crying when he was telling his story and I was like, that. Thank
That's
you,
deep.
like
Yeah,
thank you for covering this.
He did
like,
the same exact thing that Captain America did in the first movie. Yeah. He went to go get his people who was in the POW camp, brought him back, and then he went to jail for 30 years for it. Yeah. I was like, wow.
And it's almost like, okay, well, maybe that's the reason why there are more white superheroes than there are, superheroes of a minority background or people of color or anything like that. And I love that. I love the fact that they actually had the guts to let's confront this topic head on, and let's actually create a discussion around it. And I love that. I loved all of that. Zemo. Fantastic.
Oh,
yeah,
great. I mean,
fantastic. What a great
you just
actor.
Can't read him like which way
and I
he's
love
going.
that.
And I love that.
And I love that.
His cadence, man. His cadence is kind of like it's off a little bit. I'm like, is he voiceover in this? It doesn't seem like it's his voice, but I mean, like his demeanor of how he gets like results. I didn't know that he was that much of a badass. Like I remember him from Civil War, and I was like, okay. He orchestrated the whole like Avengers to like
and
basically turn on each other.
He's just a guy
to turn on each other, and I was like, okay, he did that. That's pretty cool. But I didn't know that he was like this involved kind of thing. Like, I'm like, oh snap, oh you got a history. I thought you just lost your family, but no, you are you're dangerous, bro.
Yeah. And now what I look forward to in the next episode. Obviously, I think Julia Dreyfus is going to play someone from Hydra.
Yeah,
I believe the same thing. I think the rumor is she's going to play Madame Hydra. I think that's the character's name. In the comic books, John Walker, his character ends up becoming a character named U.S. Agent.
Yeah,
who's on that borderline of like anti-hero villain, like
that whole thing reminds me of I don't know if you saw the Suicide Squad, the new one.
Yes,
the John Cena character.
Yes,
I know a lot of people are saying like, John Walker is like the guy from The Boys. I forgot the name of the
Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander. But it's like, nah, he's not that guy because he's not like he's not like selfish like that guy. He's more like that John Cena character in Suicide Squad, where it's like in the trailer he said that I don't care how many women, children, or kids I have to kill in order to get justice. I'll do what I have to do. And I was like, that is crazy. That's crazy. And that's what I think John Walker's gonna be. It's like, yo, I'm gonna get the job done no matter what. Mm-hmm. Like mission accomplished kind of thing. And I think that's what the serum like. It amplified.
Yes.
So that's why I think he's going to go.